That right there was the Mayday protest in Washington, D.C. Mayday, May 1st, also International Workers' Day. Tens of thousands of people protesting the Trump regime in Washington, D.C. Tens of thousands of people protesting the Trump regime in North Carolina. Take a look right there. We'll show you some B-roll in New York and throughout cities and states throughout the country. We don't have the final number yet, but I think it will be close to 1 million people protesting the Trump regime throughout the United States during these May Day protests. And significantly, we saw protests throughout the world against the Trump regime, everywhere from Japan to the Philippines. Even in Tel Aviv, we've got footage of all of these protests that took place across the country. I'll just show you right now in the Philippines, Donald Trump's face and Netanyahu's face being burned in effigy in Manila. Here, play this clip. Now I'll share with you some other massive protests that were taking place throughout the world. In Japan, you saw no war, down with Takaishi. That's Prime Minister Takaishi, the far right-wing Prime Minister of Japan, who's allied herself with the United States, and she's felt instant backlash. Take a look at the students in Japan, and we stand in solidarity with the students of Japan and those across the world who want peace, who are fighting for democracy, who are fighting for freedom, who are fighting against authoritarians, and we stand in support and solidarity. But I want you to know that we've got a big international audience, and I know I'm reporting here in the United States, but I want you to know that there are a lot more of us than people who support the Trump regime here, and we support what you're doing. Here are students march. Here's a student march in Tokyo, and you'll see some of the police try to shut it down. Play this clip. Then tens of thousands of people rallying in Tokyo against Prime Minister Takaishi, denouncing military expansion, defending Japan's pacifist constitution, and criticizing Takaishi's closer alignment with Trump and Netanyahu. Play this clip. Now, more video footage out of Japan of police attacking protesters who were protesting the far right-wing fascist authoritarians across this country, and Takaishi's support of them. Here, play this clip right here. Now we'll take you to Manila in the Philippines, where workers clashed with police near the U.S. Embassy in Manila, Philippines on International Workers' Day as protesters demand higher wages and an end to all of these wars that have been started by the United States. Specifically, a lot of these workers were calling out Trump and Netanyahu and the president of the Philippines, Marcos Jr., and others. Take a look at what was going on in the Philippines. And again, if you're watching American media, you're probably not seeing a lot of this, huh? Like, you're probably seeing some of this for the first time. Play this clip. Now I'll bring you to Havana in Cuba. We all know that the Trump regime has threatened that they're going to imminently invade Cuba. The Trump regime increased additional sanctions on Cuba, although they previously let a Russian tanker through to provide supplies because Vladimir Putin, or Trump's a Putin bootlicker. In any event, let me bring you to Havana right here, where thousands got up before dawn for the May Day march. There, let's take a look at what was going on in Havana. It doesn't look like the Trump regime is breaking them, because here's what it looks like. Play this clip. Now I'll show you footage. 3 a.m. in Tehran. They're doing every single day these evening celebrations and that kind of celebrations / protests, but they've got music, they've got all this going on in Tehran Square, and frankly, we've seen this across all of Iran, but just take a look at the size and scale. I mean, quite literally hundreds of thousands of people in Tehran Square. And didn't the Trump regime and Netanyahu tell us that this was going to be the scene, but in support of Donald Trump, but in support of Trump and Netanyahu? Isn't that what they promised us? Not this. They said that this wasn't a thing, that this wasn't going to happen. I mean, they fed everybody so much lies, and they continued to feed everybody so much lies. And to be fair, though, when there were pro-democracy protesters there in January, the Trump regime just threw them under the bus. Just threw them under the bus. Here, let's take a look at what it looks like. Tehran at 3 a.m. Here, play this clip. Now I'll show you from Tehran to Tel Aviv. Here's what it looks like in Tel Aviv as you see major demonstrations against Netanyahu. I think it's important to show because lots of people think, well, is Israel all just pro-Netanyahu? I mean, you elect Netanyahu. I mean, the best way to describe it is that their system, they got a Netanyahu. In the United States, we get a Trump. It's just good to see that there are people out there knowing that Netanyahu is a genocidal war criminal and calling him out. And it's good to, I don't think we see, we know internationally it's going on, but even in Tel Aviv, there are people out there calling him out. So let me share with you what was going on there as they're protesting Netanyahu and Trump. Play this clip.
Let me tell you, if there's a surefire way to wake up feeling fresh after drinks with friends, it's with pre-alcohol. ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic Drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night, drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. Look, I won't lie, I was a bit on the fence about pre-alcohol initially, but then while hanging out with some friends at my local bar, I gave it a shot, and believe me, it's the real deal. March is a marathon of social events. From the slopes to the bracket watch parties to Guinness on St. Patrick's Day, pre-alcohol is the tool you need to fully enjoy the end of winter. Go to zbiotics.com/Meidas to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use Meidas at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember, head to zbiotics.com/Meidas and use the code Meidas at checkout for 15% off.
Now I'll show you some of these Mayday protests across the world, protesting Trump, protesting endless wars, protesting genocide, protesting war crimes. And of course, it is International Workers' Day after all, highlighting the rising cost of living, attack on workers. Take a look right here. Let's play this clip.
la capacidad de...
Now, as you're seeing all of those clips, what was Donald Trump doing, right? Donald Trump bragging about the United States being pirates and seizing cargo ships and behaving like Jack Sparrow. I mean, I know people like the movie. Just being pirates, like the U.S. Navy, the proud, strong U.S. Navy. Now the commander-in-chief is bragging that we're pirates. Again, the biggest humiliation ritual. I mean, just basically saying, yeah, America's terrorists, we're pirates. Play this clip.
And there was no response. Turn your ship around. Evacuate your engine room immediately. And you see all these guys running out of there. Now, they're 5 miles away. And one shot into the engine room, blew up the engine room. The ship stopped. They used tugboats, and then we landed on top of it. On top of everything else, we then land on top of it, and we took over the ship. We took over the cargo, took over the oil. It's a very profitable business. Who would have thought we were doing that? We're like pirates. We're sort of like pirates. But we're not playing games because, you know, for 47 years, Iran has been pushing everybody around. They're the bully.
Then Donald Trump, you know, having this weird, he's doing the Jeffrey Epstein hand things that he does with that photo that he drew of Epstein for Epstein's 50th birthday. He denies he drew it. That a time traveler, I guess, went back in and planted Donald Trump's photos and birthday cards in Epstein's 50th birthday book. The dumbest thing I've ever heard. Okay, Donald. Okay, Donald. But here's how he describes the Strait of Hormuz. Play this clip.
Of what's happening in the world. And when you look at the Hormuz Strait and you see all of those ships, all of those people and ships that they want to get out or they want to get in, they're all over the place. They're like little ants, right? They look like a little anthill. And hundreds and hundreds of ships. And we have a Navy that is unbelievable. We put up, it's a blockade. It's a blockade. And you saw the other day where a massive tanker, this was bigger than 2 million barrels, a massive tanker was trying to run it. And the young captain of the ship from Annapolis, these guys are like central casting. You could put him in. I'd say something about Tom Cruise. I was going to say better looking than Tom Cruise and taller, but I'm not going to do that because he's a friend of mine. I can't do that.
And Donald Trump saying, Cuba's next. Cuba's next. Play this clip.
An architect who's really talented. He's done a lot of work for him. He's got a flair, a beautiful Hispanic flair in particular. And he comes from originally a place called Cuba, which we will be taking over almost immediately. No, Cuba's got problems. We'll finish one first. I like to finish a job. On the way back from Iran, we'll have one of our big, maybe the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, the biggest in the world. We'll have that come in, stop about 100 yards offshore, and they'll say, "Thank you very much. We give up."
And then Donald Trump referring to Somalia as Somalia is filthy, disgusting, dirty. It's a horrible place. I mean, he's just an unmitigated racist, right? I mean, he's just a disgusting, unmitigated racist. And, you know, and the fact that there are people, you know, still, I mean, granted, his approval is very low. It's like 33%, but that's in the United States of America. 33% means like 100 million. You know, it's a lot of people, 33% of the country. I mean, I guess in terms of adults, let's say 50, 60 million people. It's a lot of people. A lot of people still are like, oh, yeah, I like this guy. I mean, and again, he's the least popular in modern presidential history. I mean, he's less popular than Nixon at the time Nixon resigned. I just want you to remember that. But anyway, here's this. Play this clip.
The people are, it's a fraud. I mean, look at the wonderful country. It's a beautiful country. You should try it sometime. Somalia, it's a beautiful place. It's got no government. It's got no military. It's got no anything. It's got one thing that's really strong, crime. It's got a lot of crime. They have no police. All they do is run around shooting each other. It's filthy dirty, disgusting dirty. It's a horrible place. They come here, and Ilhan Omar, you ever hear of it?
And just how unpopular is he? Here's how Harry Enton describes it. Let's play it.
And just take a look here. He's not just the lowest at this point at any point in either of his presidencies, but he is at the lowest. He has the worst net approval rating at this point in any term for any president. Look at this. He's at minus 32 points now. Joe Biden, of course, Donald Trump loved to rip Joe Biden in the economy. Joe Biden, though, was at minus 25 points, 7 points better. How about George W. Bush? Minus 25 points. Again, 7 points better than Donald Trump. And of course, Donald Trump loves to rip on James Earl Carter. But James Earl Carter, Jimmy Carter, was at minus 22 points, 10 points better than Donald Trump is right now. So again, Donald Trump making the type of history that no president likes to make.
I mean, this is historic. No president has been this low at this point in the presidency on the economy, period, full stop?
Full stop. Full stop. Presidency or term.
Okay.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million. And thanks so much for watching. We appreciate you.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.